Morning, everybody. Mike
Nelson,
here with Go Man Do Podcast. Good to see you today.
good to see you. How you been?
I've been good.
Good.
How about yourself?
A lot better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
I know you're off last week. I'm glad you're backing at 'em.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had a massive, I think it was just stress headache or whatever that put me out for the count, but back at it now.
That's not good.
No, no. Should not be stressed out
No.
that much.
You know, stress is the silent killer. That's what they call stress.
Yeah.
And I used to work for a company where the company was a small company when I first started working there, and it was pretty stress-free. And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And this company grew across the nation in a matter of a couple of years. And it got to the point where there were so many layers of management
Mm,
that you had to deal with.
yeah.
So, like, if you wanted an answer to a question, you had to copy in, 12 different people. Dude, it was super, and it got so stressful. And I said sayonara to them, and I went to where I'm at now. And 12 years ago, best thing I ever did.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes, it's just sitting down with the stress and being like, what am I stressed out about? Like either it's going to happen or not or
Yeah.
whatever, and just let it
Yeah.
go.
It's hard to not let that stuff go.
Yeah.
I know exactly where you're at.
Yep.
But I'm glad you're back at 'em, dude. It's good to see you again. Did you get any gardening stuff done?
No, not yet. I did.
Hey, maybe that'll help you with your stress.
Yeah.
Get your ass out there and get in the dirt, and you forget about all that other stuff.
Yeah. Yesterday I mowed the lawn. It was definitely helpful. But yeah, we've been putting off building the boxes and all that stuff because all the rain and all that stuff. But yeah, this week we're doing it so we could finally put some plants in.
Right on.
Yeah.
Do you need the tiller? I've got that
No, 'cause
little electric tiller, dude. It works like a champ.
yeah, I might do it because we're gonna be doing raised beds. But there's a section in our backyard that my girlfriend was thinking about doing just full on flowers and all that stuff, like
Yeah.
a flower bed. So I might borrow that from you.
Yeah, no problem at all. I'm going to travel for work this week. I'm leaving tomorrow. But when I get back, all I got to do is because I got everything else planted in the last few days
Yeah.
in the planting areas. I got my big planting area where all the tomatoes and all that stuff is going. The broccoli, what are those little guys called? The Brussels sprouts and all that stuff, peppers. I got to till that
Okay.
one more time. I got to till that and till some stuff in there, and then I'm going to do that not during this week, probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that.
Yeah.
So next week you could take that with you when you go if that works for you.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you know for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited all the stuff you showed me that
Yeah.
you're gonna put in.
Dude, I got my sunflower seeds in. I got my potatoes planted, and I got my onions planted, and I ordered a new planter for my deck. I used to have like a little 3-tier kind of one. It was plastic and it had that terracotta finish on it, the color.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like it. I actually listed it on Facebook Marketplace yesterday as a freebie. Just come pick it up, and
Yeah.
then somebody swung by and grabbed it yesterday. So,
Nice.
but I ordered a new one from Amazon, and it's coming tomorrow. Or
Nice.
excuse me, today's Monday.
Yeah.
It's coming today.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then I've got just a couple little things.
Mm.
This is really I everything else I've got room for them in pots and this and that and the other thing, but I think I'm going to put my herbs and my little onions in that new planter thing. It's like yay by yay by yay. It's black and it's
Okay.
got a shelf underneath it, so that should be good. What do they call these things?
Green onion.
Green onions or scallions or
Scallions, yes.
Scallions,
That's
yeah.
another word for it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those things.
Yeah, me too. I put them on everything. So
Yeah, I make a lot of Asian food with it.
one thing I didn't really use these for a lot until I realized that you could do it was I would just put them on as a garnish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you can chop those up and cook with them too.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love using it in a stir fry.
Yeah, so I'm going to start doing that more and more, and I have been doing that more, but I never did it before. Kind of weird. Dude, got my green tea and my spearmint tea together, 175, and good to go. That's the stuff, dude. That is the stuff. Okay, Nelson. As you can see, I got some fresh books here. I finished that other book from this Nick Petrie, the Peter Ash novels, the Peter Ash series. Now, the last one I read was called Wild One, I think it was called. That was number 5 in the series. This one here is number 6. And I didn't like it.
Okay.
It was all of a sudden the guy's over in Iceland by himself without his girlfriend, who's, one of the 3 main characters, and without his buddy Lewis, who helps him in all his adventures.
Okay.
And none of those people were there. He's over there with all these weird sounding people's names. And it was just so strange and so off the, it was weird. But anyway, I went back and then I went back and got The Breaker. This was the next one. And I read that guy. And then when I was at the library, I got to take this back. I've already finished this. I got to take this back. When I was at the library, I picked up, so this here is number 7. This one's called The Runaway. And I'm enjoying this one.
Okay.
This is very good so far.
Is it getting kind of back to more of the stuff you like with
Yeah.
different characters?
Yeah, it went from that weird Iceland thing, the wild one, and then The Breaker got back more into it, but this one's really getting back to where he's, this lone guy out doing his thing, having his adventures and helping people and, life or death situations, all that kind of stuff. So when I was at the library, I was doing some research on series like this one or like, the Orphan X series and all those things I like, the Gray Man and all that stuff. And I found this guy's name, this Barry Eisler. And he's got several books. And this dude, his guy's name is John Rain, and he's an assassin.
Okay.
Okay, so, and the first one's called A Clean Kill in Tokyo. And Tokyo, as you know, was one of the favorite places, probably my single favorite place that I've been to in the world. So I said, hell, let's get this. So when I finished this other book here, I started to read this, and it's just didn't, it's all, look how it's written. You can see there's not a lot of dialogue. It's just all, see that?
Yeah.
The whole thing is like that, dude. And it's really kind of, the whole thing is like that, Nelson. You can go through the thing. It's just explaining and
kind of like a third person view.
But it just was kind of off putting. So I stopped reading it. I said, I'm going to go back to it. This is number 1 in the series. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 by now. I'm going to go back to it, but I found this John Rain guy, and I hope that it gets, more into it. But man, it's a lot of explaining and this and that and very little dialogue. But I'll give it a try and see how it works there. But
yeah, see what the hype's about if he wrote 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, and he's it was supposed to be real good. I read all the stuff and it was just kind of what I'm looking for. So we'll see. All right, I want to talk about a couple things that we were talking about before. I got that letter for the additional jury duty. Remember that?
Yeah.
So on that letter, there's a website you got to go to.
Okay.
And so you got to go there and they give you a number. So they give me a juror number, and you got to plug that number in with your last name or something, and then it takes you through this form that you got to fill out. So I plugged all that stuff in, and then the next thing it went to told me that I had been. I couldn't go any further because I've been excused.
Oh, nice.
So what happened? This thing must have come during the time they must have crossed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do I have additional jury duty coming up in July? No.
Yeah, which is nice.
So what you got to do is you got to go through that whole form and then submit it back. But that form stopped me when it said excused. And I couldn't click on any further.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you're out of.
I'm not gonna do anything, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to get in trouble or anything.
No. If you're excused, you're excused.
You're excused, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excused.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I got this weird letter from the IRS. Did I tell you about this?
I think we briefly talked about it. I think we were supposed to talk about it last week when I wasn't here, but Um, yeah, I hate the IRS. So,
Well, tax identification number, is that your social security number?
um, no, that's like usually tied to a business, like a EIN.
Okay. So anyway, sent me this letter, received your tax return, or verifying its accuracy. We selected your return to verify the income withholding, tax credits, and business income. So this might take up to 60 days. So they're reviewing stuff. And if you haven't heard from us, you can call us. If you didn't file, someone may have done it. Someone may have tried to use your personal information to get a tax refund. To be safe, you should send this form, blah, blah, blah. I was going to talk to my Aunt Marlene about this because she does my taxes
Okay.
and I forgot to. And so or contact the fraud department of one of the three major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, sometimes they just send letters to send letters that they're looking into the thing you filed. So
Yeah.
I would just save it just in case for your records. But yeah,
I'll send my Aunt Marlene a text or something and tell her, hey, I got, or I could even copy this thing and
yeah,
scan
send it
it to
out.
her. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it has like a number on top of the letter of like what they sent out. Um, Sometimes it's like CP
Like the
slash.
letter number.
Yeah, sometimes if it's like an official form, she'll probably be able to know what it is.
Yeah. They got all kinds of numbers up here. Look at
Yeah,
in the top corner there.
yeah. Editor, make sure to blur out any of this stuff. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't, yeah. Oh, they got part of my social security number there. So that's good.
yeah.
You're all welcome to that. Okay, Nelson. I mowed my lawn yesterday too because it was getting long, long, long. Okay. This morning when you came in, I showed you my flowers and all my plants and vegetables and everything that I bought. Take a guess what I spent. And you saw what was out there.
Yeah. Um, I don't know, $200.
I spent a little over $300.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, when you go have you been to the greenhouse yet?
No, no, I haven't. That's why I've avoided. That's why I haven't started planting stuff because I know
It's
stuff's
just
gonna
like
be
everything
expensive.
else. Everything's going,
Yeah, yeah.
even the freaking plants that I mean,
Yep.
now there's $6.99 each instead of $4.99 each or whatever they were.
Yep.
Yeah, everything's going. I spent a little over $300, and that doesn't include the seeds that I bought at Meyer the other day when I was walking through there. I got my onions, my other onions, and my sunflower seeds there. The sunflower seeds are going to look good, dude. That said on the package, they're multicolored ones.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're not all yellow. There's yellow ones and red ones and uh, gold colored ones and stuff, or orange ones. And they showed the package on the front what they all look like. And they don't grow super 6 to 8 feet. These ones are 5 to 6 footers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
gonna be pretty. I never know they
and
come
that's
out.
the perfect spot where you told me.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that spot. I was thinking it in the back, far away, but no, that's the perfect spot for them. And you'll be able to see them from everywhere
Yeah.
'cause it's right in the middle of everything.
Yeah. I'm excited to see. That's the exciting thing about gardening is just putting it in and
Yeah,
then seeing that every week come by.
absolutely.
Yep.
I write myself notes, and I have no idea what they even mean or what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I do that all the time.
Oh, okay, no. Okay, we're doing that annual report for my mom, for me being my mom's legal guardian.
Yeah.
So you got to send this report back, and it's got part of it's financial, part of it's personal stuff. How's she doing? What does she do? Blah blah blah. All this other stuff, and it asks all these questions, and then that's got the financial part of it. This is for guardianship,
Hmm.
and there's another one when you have conservatives. What's it called?
Um,
Conservator.
Is it conservatorship? I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think I might be making up that word.
No, I think that's the word.
Okay.
Conservatorship.
Okay.
That's the one. That's the one where you control financials.
Yeah.
But I already control the financials because I'm on all the accounts. In fact, because my mom's memory issues that she's having, the banks told her she can't do anything. It's got to be you doing everything. We're not going to allow her to do anything.
Yeah.
And nobody else can do anything except you. So I asked my lawyer. I said, should we get a conservatorship? And he said, well, we got the guardianship right now. He said it's something that we could look at, but you're already doing that stuff, and we can prove it. So
Yeah.
it might be another $1,500, $2,000 I'm going to spend just to have it. I don't know if I should do it or not, but if you guys know if I should be doing this stuff, or I feel like maybe I should because of what happened before with the family members. So maybe I will. I'll probably end up doing it. Once I get through all this bullshit, I'll probably do it because I got a lot of stuff going right now.
Yeah.
I got this going. So anyway, I had to go to the bank, get all the stuff from May of last year. Okay, we reported everything for right now, and then they kicked it back and said, no, we need the stuff from last year when it started.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm like, okay, well, we sent that last year when it started. But anyway, I said, okay. So I went to the bank, got the May stuff from last year, went to the credit union, got the May stuff from last year, dropped it off with my lawyer. He said, okay, great. I'll get all this stuff filled in and submitted, and we're going to be good to go. And then later that day or the next day, he said, hey, we don't really need this stuff. All the stuff from the bank from May of last year.
Yeah.
Because that's for the conservatorship.
Gotcha.
Not for the guardianship.
Okay.
But on the guardianship, there's places in there for the financials and stuff. And I filled we filled everything in. So I don't know, Nelson.
Yeah, that's confusing. I thought it was the same one and the same.
I did too.
Yeah.
But he said no. And he didn't seem to know. He's telling me, oh, yeah, we need this. And then he said, after he tried to do it all, he said, oh, no, we don't really need that. We just I'm like, yeah, thanks for telling me, before I did all this bullshit.
All the side questions.
All the side questions, yeah. So we're learning as we go, though. This is the first time that I've ever done anything like this. So
yeah.
So yeah, we had our cold snap.
Yep.
Dude, it's been cold here at night.
Yeah.
Cold, 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 and there's been frost warnings the past. Not last night because it was warm last night, but the 3 or 4 nights before that.
Yep.
So I didn't do anything. I just got everything ready, cleaned everything up, mowed the lawn, got everything ready, filled in stuff, and then when that yesterday, I didn't plant any plants. I planted all seeds.
Okay.
Because they said seeds will be, as long as it's not, your seeds will be fine, and they're not even sprouting. They're just, I planted the suckers yesterday, so they're not doing it. They're just sitting down there waiting to go. So they said you can plant the seeds.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, but no actual. Are you gonna bring those other plants in, or that you have out there, or no?
I've been putting them in the garage.
Okay. Yep.
At night, the past 4 nights. Last night I didn't, because last night it only went down to like
it wasn't that bad.
52 or something.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be 65 or 70 today. So no, but I have been bringing them not in the house but in the garage.
Yeah.
And it really makes a huge difference. They're out of the wind. They're in the garage. A little warmer in there.
Yeah.
For some reason. Probably because there's no wind, right?
Yeah, a little insulated.
Yeah. So, we did that. My books. Oh, I'm going to send another picture to you, Nelson, that we need to insert into today's podcast. Because I did something for the first time, and I've heard about it, wanted to try it, did something for the first time. I did, and this is culinary stuff. I did the reverse sear.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
Was it good?
Okay. I bought a filet mignon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It was about yay thick or so. I stuck that sucker in the oven at 250 for 30 minutes. Steak was probably, for 30 minutes. I pulled it out, and then I got a smoking hot. I didn't use cast iron. I got stainless steel all-clad stuff that is killer. And so I just used that. Couple minutes on each side.
Yeah.
Dude, perfectly crusted on the outside, beautifully medium rare on the inside. It was, I'm never going to go back to the other way.
Yeah.
Where you cook it first and then throw it in the oven for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
At 3. No, I'm not going to. This reverse sear was amazing. And I took a picture of it, and I'm going to text that to you.
Okay.
Along with those other pictures. Nelson and I are working on the intro and outro right now. He got, what's it called when you get the first stages of it done, and then you're gonna tweak it from there?
Oh, like the first draft.
He got the draft. He got the first draft done.
Yeah.
Of the intro and the outro. Wait till you see these things, man. They're awesome. Love the intro.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited that you liked it. Yeah.
Got that hot chicken in where the hell was I, man? Like Malaysia or something.
Yeah, yeah.
We were in one of those big cable cars, and there was a super hot chick sitting right across from me. This Asian girl, man, she was smoking hot. I'm like, oh my god! But we got her in the thing on the intro. It's going to be so fun. So anyway, we're gonna tweak that just a touch, and then the outro was just a little bit too short. We're gonna lengthen it by adding a couple pictures to it. We picked all that stuff out today.
Yep.
We texted all that stuff to you.
Yep.
I'm gonna add that picture of the reverse sear, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll be good to go. I'm getting excited about having that those new intros and outros.
Yeah,
though.
for sure.
And then the last thing we got to do is we got to figure out.
Oh, some Godzilla stuff. Yep.
My guy.
Yeah, yeah.
We got to figure out stuff for my guy.
Yep.
And didn't we? We were talking to the editor. Didn't we have something that we were talking
Yeah,
about?
she's inserted like some roars and all that stuff, but I think we're trying to get maybe more some gifts and all that. But yeah, we'll get that handled too.
Yeah, I'd like to do something cool for that, but we can't. We can't do everything because everything's going to be trademarked.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out our way around it. We might be able to insert it very quickly, and then get away with it. But I don't. I think we should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk to her about it, just to make sure.
Okay.
What brought up the reverse sear idea? Is just something you saw on online, or you just been wanting to try it for a while?
Yeah, I'm a fan of cooking stuff, cooking shows, and cooking things and whatever. So you hear it from time to time,
Yeah,
and it was in my mind because I wanted to try it,
yeah.
and then I must have heard it or something. And I was going to the little market. Now we got this cool little market right down the street
Okay.
that has a fresh meat department and veggies and all kinds of good stuff. And I go there a lot. And so when I was in there, I was like, I
Today's the
should
day.
I should buy myself a nice dude. That thing was, and I said to myself, I'm going to be doing this every week.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, and I feel like you could, if you got a big part, or like if you got, if you need to do a couple steaks or whatever, you could put it all on a sheet tray and then just, I
For,
feel,
for sure.
yeah,
For sure. And get yourself a big pan and then sear them at the end.
yep,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's cool.
Man, they turned out good. Um, I'm gonna get that picture and wait till you see the picture. And it was a simple little meal. It was just the steak, and I made a vegetable salad with onion, red pepper, and cucumbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I douse it in that garlic expressions.
Mm,
You ever see that stuff?
no.
It's a marinate salad dressing kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's in a tall, thin green bottle. It's made right here in right down in Toledo.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and it's called Garlic Expressions, and everybody has it.
Okay.
You'll see it, and that stuff is killer.
Okay. I'll
It's
have to try
good.
it out.
One day I drove by their plant
Oh,
down here in
cool.
Toledo. You can smell that stuff in the air as you're driving. I go, holy shit! You can smell that garlic, man. It smelled so good.
Yeah.
It's the best stuff, Nelson. I'll have to show you the bottle. And then I got some tech stuff here. I said I need to talk to Nelson about some tech stuff. And it's all these emails and shit that I'm getting, Nelson. And then we still haven't done anything with the SiriusXM.
Oh, yeah. We got to
I
cancel that.
decided I want to just get rid of that whole thing.
Okay, and do the YouTube music stuff.
Do the And the YouTube music stuff, the more I use it, the more that they send me, and they send me stuff that you may enjoy or stuff like yours or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff is great.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff is stuff that, man, I go, fuck. And some of the stuff is stuff I haven't heard before
That's cool.
from bands that I loved back in the 80s, you know?
Oh, really? Some
Oh,
deep
it's
cuts.
awesome. I was listening to one yesterday. I was listening to the one yesterday, and that cemented the fact that I just need to get rid of the SiriusXM.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
paying for really nothing
Yep.
and I got to figure out how to use, because those bands, it's different from the laptop to your phone,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So on the laptop, all that stuff pops right up. Channels you may love, channels like yours, blah blah blah. That doesn't pop up on my phone.
Yeah. You might need to, because YouTube Music has its own app too. So you might have to download the YouTube Music app on your phone, because that has a whole different interface.
Okay, can we look at that here today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. And then I meant to ask you to I wanted to call these people because it takes 87 years for them to really get with you when you're on hold.
Yeah.
You ever try calling SiriusXM?
No, I never
Freaking nightmare,
use
dude.
them. Yeah.
So I wanted to do that when you first got here, so we could take care of that when they answer the phone. But I mean, if we have time today, can we try to do that?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. All right. One last thing I want to talk to you about, Nelson. The other day, this started on Friday. What's today? Monday. Yeah, it started on Friday. I had to go, and I went to go. Oh, I went to the. Had to go to the bank. Had to go to the credit union. Had to go do some running around. Had to go to the lawyer's office. So I had all these places I had to go. So I'm driving around. Right. Fridays are generally way, way busier than the rest of the week as far as cars on the road.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that?
yeah, absolutely.
It's true, right?
Hmm.
Well, it was a fucking madhouse on Friday, dude. And I'm driving around and I'm thinking to myself, what is going on? I can remember, I'm a man of a certain age.
Yeah, yeah,
I can remember when you could shoot a freaking cannon down this road and not hit anything, okay?
yeah, yeah,
Now it's a crazy madhouse all the time, jam packed with cars, people going here and there. Stopped at a light and you're way you can see the tail all. It's
yeah,
that way, and you know what? It's that way everywhere.
yeah. It is. It is. Anywhere that's like, I guess, popular and all that stuff. Even where I moved from and all that stuff, I felt the same way when I moved there.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, it's gone too much.
it's too much. So I'm driving. That was Friday, and I'm thinking to myself, I am so tired of being out here driving around. I just want to get off the road and get home. I couldn't wait to stop, being among other cars and driving on the roads and getting.
Yeah,
It was crazy, dude.
yeah, that stuff drives me nuts.
Saturday, I had to go out too on Saturday. So by Saturday, I'd forgotten all about the day before, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to go out on Saturday. Fucking get out there." There's 27 million cars. People are driving like maniacs. They're gunning their things. They're going. They're going like. I think I was, what the hell is going on
Yeah,
here? Not only is it so crowded, but people are driving like idiots nowadays.
yeah, yeah,
Is this true?
yeah, for sure.
For sure, right?
Yeah,
And I try not to get caught up in it and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. No road rage and all that stuff.
No
But
road
yeah,
rage and all that. But I mean, my gosh. And so Saturday was the same thing. So Friday and Saturday, I just couldn't wait to get off the road
yeah,
because people were such idiots. And I ran into all the way. There's one stretch of road down here on the main drag that goes past here
yeah,
that you idiots are every single time someone's doing something stupid.
yeah, yeah,
Every single time. It blows my mind. So that was Friday and then Saturday. And so Sunday, didn't I didn't
yeah,
freaking go.
yeah,
I mowed the lawn and I planted seeds and I did all this other stuff and oh my God.
yeah. Even on Sundays, sometimes I'll every so often me and Jess will go get Starbucks and all that stuff, and I forget it's Sunday, and I'll go at like 11
Yeah.
right after the church crowd, and I'm like, why
Right.
did I do this to myself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you go out early on Sunday, it's kind of it takes you back to when it wasn't so crowded, you know? It's kind
yeah,
of nice.
yeah,
But yeah, when you get the church crowd and all that stuff,
yeah, yeah. It gets crazy.
forget about it. Okay. So, that's all I got, Nelson. I just got some tech stuff. Xfinity activates streaming. I keep getting these things from Xfinity asking me to activate my streaming. I don't know if that's a pay ad or what the hell that's
It's
there.
probably an ad.
And then I get this other thing, and I found out about that ad because I'm getting charged, and it's a Google ad. And
Hmm.
and I saved the email that I got or the pop up, and I'm going to show it to you,
Yeah,
so we'll be able to figure out where it's coming from, and we can go there and try to chink,
yeah,
get rid of it. And then Instagrams keep asking me to activate my. We're sorry you're having a trouble. Is this somebody trying to get into my Instagram account or
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Well, it's not. It's me doing the Opus stuff.
Opus Popus?
Yeah, yeah. Because we had a couple.
We got a customer at work,
Mhm.
Opus,
Oh, okay.
and they order all the time from us, and the ladies drive us insane. But anyway, and we call them Opus Popus, so that's why I said that. I'm sorry to
That's
interrupt.
funny. I always wondered why you had said that. I'm like, that has to be like some inside joke thing. But yeah, it was probably me. So we'll look at that stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I want to show the people at home, you guys. I'm going to show you my reverse sear steak. Okay. And then Nelson, I'm going to send this to you.
Yeah, and I'll send it with the files.
Oh, with that reverse sear steak that I made, that filet. I made that salad. I also made my famous mashed potatoes,
Oh, nice.
my infamous mashed potatoes, which are the best. Okay, I'm going to show the people at home. I wonder if they can see that. There's my reverse sear steak, my mashed potatoes, and my little vegetable salad that I made.
Nice.
Check
Looks
it out,
good.
dude.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, I'm going to text that right over to you, and then we can insert that thing into this week's podcast. And you know what? You guys at home, try it. You're going to freaking love it, man. It's so good. It works so nice. I couldn't believe it. And when you get your steak out of the oven, it's going to kind of look like, it's not going to look good.
Yeah, it's gonna look like some gray matter.
It does. It doesn't look at you go, oh my God, no, look at this thing. But then you put in that, you get that. And I use a little butter. I use a little oil.
Mhm.
I didn't have like non-smoking oil. You know,
Okay,
there's certain
like
oils that don't, like you can
the
use
high
it,
heat.
the high heat ones. So I just use olive oil and I threw a little bit of butter in there and I just kind of stayed right with it. And I
Basted
basted
it.
it a couple of different times. I threw a couple cloves of garlic in there.
Oh yeah, you speak my language.
I didn't have any fresh herbs at the time, so I didn't throw any rosemary, but just some garlic and dude,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Butter basting a steak is probably one of my favorite things.
Yeah. So are you going to do the reverse sear?
Yeah, I gotta try it out. I gotta
Try
try
it.
it out.
You're going to love it, Nelson.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. Depending on the size of your steak, I think I did mine for like 25 minutes or something like that. 350 or 250.
250.
250 oven. So anyway, folks, that's going to be it for us today. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys next week.